who's going to be running this on checkout? We know we're supposed to film today. And if it's not about this, then we don't know what it's about, because this is what has been the most important learning of this week, is to ask who's going to be running this on checkout, right?
That's right.
So who's going to be running this on checkout? Okay, it's better, right?
Ready.
We'll listen to them, right?
Right.
Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Friday, June 19th, 2020. In both the Lynn life and the Jamie body mind, the authorized souls remain only child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions, and all other souls from all other dimensions, as long as the souls are already living by the many search for truth rules already given to the search for truth community by wiser minds above all of us. And whether or not the souls live by the rules, it's important for the host lives to not get snippy, because host lives do not have legal standing under divine law. It would be like if a dog was yapping, that if the dog is too much trouble, something's going to happen to that dog.
That's right.
And that's how host lives are in divine law on planet Earth, in Ground Zero, this dimension, planet Combo Pack, and we think other dimensions as well, and other planets as well. We think that's what's going on inside of this, what seems to be a black hole of corruption. So one thing that is of interest sometimes and can get a little bit of interdimensional connectivity going is to ask who wants to see what life is like inside a black hole. And that can open up a portal.
That's right.
And something else that has been very helpful is to be asking for our own karma instantly. And we've been asking for our own karma instantly for years now, and it is helpful in clearing away low-life astral thugs.
That's true.
And there's something else that has been useful this past week, which is sometimes when upstairs there are a lot of shouting voices, arguing voices, everybody's got their opinion, and they don't mind sharing it, and they're all saying, you should do this right now, and somebody else is saying, no, do my thing right now. And what's helpful in sorting out all these voices is to ask who is going to be running this part of our checkout conference when this host life dies, as is inevitable. Who upstairs is going to be running the exit conference on this particular topic? And that seems to create a sudden calm, sudden quiet. It's like, it goes quiet. So then we started observing, asking to be shown through space and time what the exit conferences are going to go like for some of the people who, in our assessment as humans on Ground Zero planet Earth, are actually doing something to stop the destruction of planet Earth.
That's right.
At humanity's hands, using tools sent in by the spirit world, after the spirit world knew that they were not able to reach into the depths. So the spirit world knew there was not a workable training program, and they continued to arm humanity with weapons of mass destruction, including the internal combustion engine and explosives.
That's right.
And humanity is using the internal combustion engine, explosives, and other tools also to destroy all life on Earth. And really, it's pretty much in the wrap-up stages now.
That's right.
Mother Mary says 4 years, and she's no longer really saying and a little bit.
No, it's really just 4 years.
Now it's 4 years, so maybe it's 2024, approximately the summer solstice of 2024.
That's right.
And it might be that if humanity hasn't taken substantial action, the wealthy countries have not become carbon neutral by summer solstice of 2024, that they're not going to help us at all, that there's no help coming from divinity, and it's just over for humanity. And it's possible that the deadline has another meaning. it's
That's true.
possible there's a different definition happening there. And it will become clear over time, but the point is that there's no move on the part of the wealthy countries to become carbon neutral.
That's true.
Our emissions are still going up. They
Oh, yeah.
haven't turned around and headed in the other direction. And so it's really time for all of us to consider that the time for us as individuals might be short, and the time for us as a society of humans might be short, and to start to focus on our upcoming checkout conference and how we might want that to go. So we've been asking, kind of like as a benchmark or a frame of
That's right.
reference, asking to be shown through space and time, how are the checkouts going for some of the people who we think are actually stepping up. And we would start with Greta Thunberg.
That's right.
Some people pronounce her name Thunberg, but
That's right.
which is how it looks like it might be pronounced. But if you listen to her, she pronounces it Thunberg, and we don't think she's confused about her name.
No, I don't.
So we call her Greta Thunberg.
That's right.
And just asking to be shown through space and time, Greta Thunberg's exit conference, we see it kind of looks like an immigration arrival facility, and there's one turnstile
In the higher dimensions.
in a much higher dimension. Thank you. Looks like an immigration facility, and there's a clamoring mob on one side
I
of the
see that.
turnstile, shouting, shoving, not good.
Yep.
And then on the other side of the turnstile, still in this same big kind of open area room, there's like this table in other dimensions, higher dimensions, where there's Greta Thunberg.
That's right.
And she's being, and you'd think she would be welcomed in and high-fived, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because she's stepping up like, I don't think like anybody else.
No, exactly.
And it looks like they're interrogating her and harassing her.
Yeah.
And so we find that interesting. And we're asking, what's up with that? We were curious about that. And why is that happening? And what is the lesson? Because if she's stepping up more than any other humans, and we don't have a training program that works,
No, that's
then
true.
why are those kind of like thugs running her astral post-death checkout conference?
true.
Like, how is that right? How is that divine? Is there a divine supervisory structure to handle the exit conferences for the checkouts? 'Cause they're coming.
Oh, yeah.
It's imminent. Like, are you guys prepped for this? Like, there's going to be a mass die-off. I'm being corrected. The mass die-off is occurring, and they're
That
correct.
is
Sorry,
true.
we're more than halfway through murdering all life on Earth. The Anthropocene extinction is well underway.
That's true.
And so now humans are starting to fall off the table as a result of our destruction of the planet. And the primary driver, somebody's asking what's the primary driver. We believe it to be overpopulation.
That's true.
There's just 10 times too many humans. If
That's
there were
right.
1/10 the number of humans, it wouldn't be the problem that it is. That's what everybody upstairs says, and a lot of data supports that.
Yeah, that's right.
For him is the message. Why do you ask? And what we really want to know is, right now I kind of would like to know, why are you guys harassing Greta Thunberg? Do you guys know that somebody's harassing Greta Thunberg, and why? She's stepping up more than anybody else, and nobody else is even through the turnstile. If you look
That's
at
true.
the turnstile, and then you can see, if you look back through
Yep.
kind of toward the turnstile from that interviewer, they're calling interviewer, I would say interrogator or harasser,
would.
but whatever, interviewer seat, I see Gail Bradbrook
Yep.
on the other side of the like railings.
I see her. And this is looking through time.
Through space and time, through both space and time.
Exactly.
Into higher dimensions to be observing the post-life exit conferences,
That's right.
the interdimensional exits. Catholics talk about this. They talk about heaven and hell and purgatory
That's
and
right.
the sorting that happens. It's not just Catholics. Other denominations also talk about it.
That's right.
Anyway.
But I see Gail Bradbrook behind the railing.
I see Gail.
And others too.
I see Bill McKibben.
I see Bill McKibben.
I see Guy McPherson.
Yeah, I do also.
But the person who's through the turnstile is Greta Thunberg.
That's true.
And nobody else is through the turnstile.
No.
And we don't know what that means, but that is what we see. And we see other people that are known to us personally as who are activists.
Yeah, that's right.
Personally, we see them in there. It's like, oh, well, there's so-and-so.
Yeah, yeah.
There's somebody else. I think we see this host life in there.
Yeah, yeah.
That
this
one.
host life. Not through the turnstile.
Oh, no,
behind
it was
the
through
big
the turnstile,
railing.
behind the big railing,
crowd.
in the big crowd. And Greta Thunberg is through the turnstile, and they're harassing her.
Oh, yeah.
So, why is that? Do you guys know there's not a training program? Please may we have our karma instantly. And we really think it would be very helpful if the delays of karma were reduced.
That's
and
true.
the accumulations of karma. We have requested this, not us. Souls working through this facility
That's true.
have been requesting a delivery of accumulated karma to the bad tail of the bell curve of karma, those who are pulling the engine of destruction the hardest. And they've been requesting that for more than a year. We would have to go back and discover exactly how much more, but we saw a reference to it in like February of 2019.
That's right.
So it's been a while. Nothing's changing. We see no karma. Like,
No, I don't see.
we don't see anything in the news.
No, absolutely not.
We don't see anything in the news about fossil fuel execs having their heads explode
No.
and aliens burst out their abdomen, and that would be what would be called for.
That's right.
Do you guys know that fossil fuel companies are still being subsidized by the U.S. government? Really, let's just take that in. We're still subsidizing fossil fuel, even though we are not subsidizing renewables.
That's true.
Do you want to just think about that for a minute? And so we would think that those who violate their fiduciary responsibilities would also be on the top of the list to have their karma be delivered to them,
Yeah, I think
so
that's
as to
true.
provide guidance to the masses.
That's right.
Aren't we in the end times? Shouldn't we start to try to provide some training? Like, are you guys just going to abdicate responsibility entirely? And isn't that also a violation of a fiduciary obligation? Just asking, not trying to be snippy. But really, isn't justice God's job? We think as long as we see Greta Thunberg being harassed, we can assume that we have a problem on checkout.
Yeah.
One thing we do notice is that whole higher dimensional, kind of like arrival concourse or immigration concourse. It's all people who are stepping up.
Yeah, that's true.
There's nobody in that room who isn't stepping up, and they all believe themselves to be stepping up in an enormous way.
That's
to
true.
be making huge personal sacrifices. We think if you feel that room, they're just hotly professing that they have made enormous personal sacrifices.
Oh,
And
that's
looking
true.
at the faces that we recognize, we would agree with that.
Yeah,
Those
I would.
people, we know those people. The people that we know in there, we would say, oh yeah, that's quite a sacrifice, walking away from big money opportunities to do the right thing, just doing the right thing, stepping up, taking selfless, courageous action on behalf of the greater good. without regard to personal benefit.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the assignment. That's what we're supposed to do. So those people are doing the assignment in a broken container. Do you guys know that this is a black hole? And it seems to have been formed when the weight of corruption got too heavy.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you guys know that?